What is a quintessential Bollywood romance? Is it defying all odds, having a big fat Indian wedding, extremely good looking characters who look and act as if they are straight out of a wedding dress catalogue, lovely songs, lovelier dance numbers, high on emotions, and a happily ever after? But is that all? Vanakkam and welcome to Cinema Express, and in this video review episode, we are going to look at director Shashank Khaitan's Sanskari ki Tulsi Kumari, starring Varun Dhawan, Jahnavi Kapoor, Sanya Malhotra, Rohit Saraf, Manish Paul, and a bunch of other actors. See, when you name a film Sanskari ki Tulsi Kumari, there are no points for guessing the ending of the film. It is as obvious as calling a film Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge. So yes, we know Varun Dhawan's Sanskari and Jahnavi Kapoor's Tulsi Kumari are going to end up together. We are in it for that ride. When we are shown Sanskari proposing to Ananya, played by Sanya Malhotra, and she rejects him outright, we aren't surprised. Similarly, when we show Tulsi Kumari Jahnavi Kapoor nursing a heartache because her boyfriend of 12 years, Vikram Singh, played by Rohit Saraf, dumps her because his family doesn't approve of their marriage, we aren't surprised. And when Ananya and Vikram are set to get married soon after, and Sunny decides to get together with Tulsi to break that marriage and win back their love of their lives, we aren't surprised at all, simply because we understand the machinations of a quintessential Bollywood romance. So all the makers had to do was to weave a convincing and likable narrative that makes us want to root for the big union of the unlikely couple. And wow, did they, how do I say it Sanskarili? Well, they procreate it up. One of the many problems in the film is that even after watching all 135 minutes of this film, I couldn't care less about who ends up with whom. But full points to the four lead actors for being earnest about playing characters that get supremely boring as the film progresses. It's like the writing removes every shed of fun about these characters, which already didn't have much to play around with. See, Ananya dumping Sunny, Vikram dumping Tulsi, and Sunny convincing Tulsi to let go of her demure salwar wearing teacher attire and turn into the chiffon sari wearing, floral printed dress wearing modern girl takes just 10 to 15 minutes of the runtime. It is too less a time to even remember the names of the various characters, and we are expected to suddenly believe that Tulsi always had this modern woman inside those layers of clothing. And Sunny manages to bring out the fight in her love. Come on. Such glaring gaps in the narrative do the film no favor, especially when it transforms into a musical of sorts with two songs coming up within 10 minutes of each other. While this might seem like a comforting trip down memory lane to the Main Prem Ki Diwani Hoon era of films, it only acts as a speed breaker and an excuse to show that all four leads of the film are good dancers and nothing else. Of course, the camera angles, the costumes, and the amount of lyrics that each lead lip syncs are a clear indication of who the leads are if the title wasn't obvious enough. But there's only so much leeway we can give to the writing of the film, which assumes that a joke here, a romantic overture there, and one more flashy and expensive looking dance sequence is enough to mask the stretched out plot that starts to show wear and tear to a point of no return. Also, to woo back a loved one, is jealousy the only method? If Vikram accepts Tulsi just because she shed her salwar for a crop top, or her saris have become more chiffony and more flowy through the air to ensure that angles are captured on camera, doesn't it make him look like a lusty man? And if Tulsi thinks that was the only way that Vikram can come back to her life, then what does it tell about their romance? In contrast, Sunny doesn't do much to impress his way back into Ananya's life except to flex his body and get handsy with Tulsi. With such questionable morals, one wonders if each of them should actually be with anyone, let alone with each other. Also, have I already said there are too many song sequences in the film? Not that I'm complaining, because it felt so nice to see colorful songs being a temporary respite from the lives of just downright crappy people who have no respect for each other and, in fact, no respect for themselves too. And when such characters suddenly turn into Gyanis, saying lines like, "You might not have given up on your identity, but your identity has changed," or "It is sad that even today, women have to fight for what they want." Come on. And just like every self respecting quintessential Bollywood romance, everything is solved with a climactic monologue. But all is not lost in Sunny Sanskari Ki Tulsi Kumari. It is one of those films that you roll your eyes at, but still watch it through because it looks colorful and a lot of fun. Leads are good looking, sartorial choices are on point, your dance playlist for rest of the year is sorted, and if nothing else works, you have a few laughs here and there that come from a place of goodness. And a few surprisingly poignant moments that work because of the solid performance by Varun, who has found his groove in this place of comfort with this Shashank Khaitan film. There is a beautiful scene where Janvi calls him a diamond. Varun shows that rom-coms are his bread and butter, even if he does have the ability to do a lot more. Honestly, Tulsi doesn't get to do much in this film except to be around when Sunny Sanskari devises one harebrained attempt after another to get back their love of their lives. But when Janvi is allowed to let go of the act and be the Tulsi she really is, there is a semblance of what could have been. I think it is time we drop the whole ugly Betty scenario, especially when we know that the actor is known for her good looks, and good looks. It is criminal that Rohit and Sanya aren't given enough to do, but there was such a funny script bubbling under the surface, and both these actors would have elevated the film if given more material to work with. There are also a lot of dharma hat tips and the right amount of self awareness, especially with that conversation about middle class lives. And I did have a laugh or two with the shairi of Sunny, and it's a nice flourish to the character. However, nothing of that sort is accorded to any of the other characters, and that is why Sunny Sanskari Ki Tulsi Kumari is never able to rise above its flat script. While it is straight out of the X Ki Dulhania playbook of Shashank and Varun, and this time they have taken the X too seriously and focused on not one but two X's. But with shallow writing of superficial characters, this romantic comedy misses out on being romantic enough to leave us floored or funny enough to leave us rolling on the same floor. Instead, we look at four individuals finding newer ways to, how do I put it Sanskarili, procreate up their lives. That's it from this video review episode. Do like, share, and subscribe to Cinema Express, and do let us know what you thought of the film and this review. Until we meet in the next episode, this is your friendly neighborhood critic, Avinash Ramachandran, signing off. Tata.